there! Today's video I'm doing a bit of a wardrobe evaluation. So it's somewhere between like 1 year sewn, love it or list it. Yeah, we're gonna kind of work through what I made last year. It was quite a lot. So I'm not gonna try on every single thing or we'd be here like forever, but I'm doing it a little bit early. I usually do this kind of thing during Mave May. I think that's a really great time to evaluate what you've made and how you're wearing it, or if you're not wearing it and why. But this year I'm doing it a little bit early. So I am doing the Seamwork Design Your Wardrobe cohort this year. It is, it's free to Seamwork members like all year round to do at like a self-paced kind of thing, but twice a year they do it in a group setting and it's really fun. So we have just gotten through the like inspiration phase. So I gathered a lot of fun images about like kind of the mood and texture and vibe that I am wanting to bring into my spring summer makes for this year. But I'm a little bit stumped as to like shapes and silhouettes and what patterns I want to use. Like fabrics and color palette, like very excited about that. I feel like I've got that down, but I've been mentioning a lot recently that like my body has changed a lot in the last few months. I think my style is subsequently also changing. So I'm kind of, trying to work through how I want to dress myself. I've been kind of finding that a lot of what I love for spring and summer, particularly like with prints and with certain silhouettes, just like look a bit too sweet when they're on my body, and I'm not loving that. So I'm kind of like trying to decide where I want to go like shapes wise. I thought a really good place to start would be with what I made last year to kind of try everything on, see how it sits on me, and whether I like it or not, and if I want to move forward. So this is everything that currently fits my body in some capacity. There's things that like this shirt, for example, it's maybe not the best fit. It's not as fitted through the shoulder and the neckline as I would like it to be, but it's passable. So that's kind of what I'm going to be looking at today, is like fit, silhouette. There are a couple like prints in here that I want to evaluate, and we'll either it'll either go back in my closet as I'm setting up for spring and summer, or it might go to Vinted. It might need a little refashion. I thought I would take you along. So usually in a like 1 year sewn kind of situation or like a season evaluation, I usually go like in chronological order. But since we're looking since I'm looking at like the shape and silhouette of things, I thought I would break it down by garment type. So I'll start off with outfits where I made a top, and I think they're all skirts in this case. So like a top and a skirt that were supposed to go together. Then these guys had a bottom piece when I made them at the time, but they no longer fit me. So I'll grab some jeans for those loner tops. And then I've got some dresses. So that's kind of how I decided to organize it, because like I said, there is a lot here. I did do a lot of making last year, but so I will start with this little outfit. This is the Forget-me-not Iris tee. I went for the 3/4 length pleated version, and I paired it with the Forget-me-not Ella, which I did 2 hacks last year for a blog post. The Ella skirt has a traditional waistband and zipper. I do not do zippers. I don't like them. I don't like how they feel, like the zipper itself. I don't like how it feels on me. I don't like how size restrictive it is. I definitely like fluctuate a lot. So for this one, I just did elastic in the back. And then for the other one, I did a full elastic waist. So I really like both of these pieces. They are definitely, actually the skirt like stayed in my wardrobe and I wore it a ton in the winter. I really, really like this shape. I know you can't see all of it, so I'll put in a picture, but it has this like high-low hem situation, and this is the shorter version. I think it's really fun and like a little bit flirty and very cute. And I have some other like ruffly skirts in here that I just didn't like as much. So this is the one, I think, that if I make another kind of ruffle skirt, it will definitely be this short version. Like I said, I even wore it like all through the winter. I love how many colors are in this fabric. So yeah, this is definitely a winner. And then the top, I do really like, but it is a little bit big. It's passable, I think, but like the shoulders are not quite on my shoulder joint here. It's like a little bit dropped, and the neckline has stretched out a little bit. So I'll keep it in my closet, I think, and see how much I wear it, and then decide if I want to like maybe take it apart and size it down, or maybe just replace the neckband here. But I do love the little pleats here. I think they're super cute. And yeah, overall, I think that this is a big winner, especially the skirt. So I loved this outfit so much that I wanted to basically like replicate it. And it didn't go as well as I thought it would. So this is kind of the sister pattern to the Iris tee. This is the free Forget-me-not Vera top. So I did swap the neckline for the scoop rather than the V, but it has these really cute like little bishop sleeves that gather into a cuff. I have a whole bunch of these and I love this pattern so, so much. I really thought this would be like an instant win for me, but I think the color, like, it's just too light and too sweet. And then paired with the skirt, again, it's the same pattern as the one that I'm wearing, and I love, love this one. This is the longer length though, and I think the print is maybe like a bit too prairie for me, and just like the combination, the colors don't quite feel like me. It's a bit on the like cooler side of the color palette. I definitely prefer like either warmer or like maybe kind of this, like this t-shirt I think is a good example. It is a light color, but it's kind of like murkier, I guess. Yeah, so I think it's like a bit too clean, a bit too light. They're both good pieces and I think they're pretty garments, but I just don't really reach for them. So I think these two might find a new home. So this is the outfit that I made for Sew Your Pride last year. And I was laughing a bit to myself because I used to always say that like I'm not a rainbow gay, and this outfit kind of confirmed that. I went for something like bolder and brighter, and I just didn't really like it. I love the idea of this t-shirt. Yeah, I went for something that had kind of the bi-stripe flag effect. So I've got like the pink and the purple and blue in here, but there's also like parts of it where it lines up like the trans flag. So I really, really love that for this t-shirt, but it is very bold and very bright. So it's not one that I like reach for very often except as like a layering piece. So I do keep this around and it is like still very special to me, but yeah, it is kind of relegated toward the like around the house situation. And I thought it would be super cute with this lilac linen. I got them thinking that they would pair so well together, but it just doesn't really feel like me, and kind of like the blue and white, like I think the colors are maybe just too like bold and clear. The other thing is I determined I do not like the shape of this skirt. So this is the Anna Zoe Elsie skirt. And I think I would really love it like in a viscose. So it is a paneled like A-line elastic skirt. So I really love that about it. I like that it is like adjustable. It feels great on the waist. They also have one that is elasticated through except for the button placket, which is super cute. It has amazing deep pockets, but I think that the A-line is just like too pronounced for me in the linen. Like I think in a viscose, it's gonna like fall a little bit softer, and I think that that would suit me a lot better. But this just feels like just like a bit too much. And yeah, again, maybe if the color were different, yeah, all the what ifs for this skirt. But either way, like I just didn't reach for it hardly at all. Last year, I made it at the end of June, and it hardly got anywhere. So I do think that this one should probably go find a new home. I think it's really cute, but yeah, I'm just not reaching for it. And I forgot to say that the top is the Pattern Scout Comfi tee. It's one of my favorite t-shirt patterns, and I really liked putting it together. So I'm definitely gonna hang on to this one because it is still like meaningful to me, even if it's not something that I wear out all that much. So in addition to this kind of outfit formula of like stripy tee on top and a skirt on the bottom, I made this t-shirt, also a Pattern Scout Comfi tee, and I made it to go with this True Bias Mave skirt in a chambray. Now the t-shirt, I wear this all the time. I love it so much. These colors, like try to put them by my face without touching the mic. Where are we? Yeah. I love these colors. It's got the mustard and kind of like a cool mint tone in there. So I really, really love this one. I wear it all the time. I do love it with a denim skirt, but I don't love it with this denim skirt. And I'm not really sure why. It has the same, like it's nice and short. It is fun and flirty. It's everything that I liked about the Forget-me-not Ella skirt, the black one. But this one just, I don't know why it doesn't do it for me. But again, this is one that like I made, I think in May or June of last year, and just didn't really reach for it. All the times I did, I was like, oh, this is really cute. I should probably wear this more, but then I never did. And so I think this one is probably going to get listed, whatever it is. Again, maybe it's the color being like too light and clear for me. But I think this one's probably gonna find a new home, but I'm definitely hanging on to this t-shirt. So these two pieces surprised me for different reasons. So I thought that I would not like the top so much, and I thought that I would love the skirt. It ended up being the opposite. So this skirt is a rust tencel twill, and I only had I think like a meter, I think just shy of 1.5 meters. So I really eked out every last bit of it to cut out the Seamwork Meg, but just the skirt portion. Now the Seamwork Meg dress has the skirt and then a waistband in the dress. I didn't have enough fabric for that, so I just made like, I made it a little bit taller and then I folded it down to do kind of like a waist facing. And I think that that really like messed with the proportions. So instead of having like an A line that then is tucked into a straight waistband, it just kind of is all a little bit softer than I think it should be, or at least in how it was designed, which I love that design. I have a bunch of the Meg dresses and I love it. Yeah, so I'm kind of meh about the skirt, even though like I love the color, I love how it feels. It's like very swishy and soft. So my plan, I'm hoping that if I raise the hem a little bit, so right now it hits like just at the top of the knee, and I think it needs to really hit like decidedly above the knee. So I'm gonna try that. And if that works, I'm also going to, my other problem with this skirt is I don't feel like I have a lot to match with it. As much as like I love this rusty color and I think it is a really great color for me, I have several like tops and dresses, I find that it's like a little trickier to match with as a bottoms piece, which doesn't even make sense to me like when I say that, like it shouldn't make a difference. But yeah, I had a harder time with the tops in my wardrobe. So I'm gonna hem it, see if that kind of fixes my like proportions issue that I am feeling. And if it works, then I want to kind of make up some tops this season that are going to go with it, because I would really like for this skirt to work in my wardrobe, but right now it just doesn't. So I was really surprised because I really thought that like it was going to be a total wardrobe winner. Not so much. At least not yet. This top, however, was the opposite. So I was testing this for Forget-me-not. This is the Sylvie top that was released last August. And I just did not think that I would be into the cowl neck. And I ended up like totally loving it. I think it is really cute in this kind of like raspberry purple color. Now, I did swap out the sleeves because the original pattern comes with either flutter sleeves or as a tank top. And I did think that the like flutter sleeve plus cowl neck would probably be too much for me. And I really love how it turned out. Like I wore this so much at the end of the summer, like on into the fall. I think it's a really great piece to like layer up under a cardigan. It has that nice like interest here. It has the cowl is sewn like into a yoke. So it's a really cool design. It was really fun to sew. So yeah, I ended up loving this one, even though I did not expect to. And then I made two more because I did a blog post, a little sew along for Forget-me-not that you can check out if you are interested in the Sylvie top. So I made this version, which does have the flutter sleeve and the cowl neck. And I was right, it is too much for me. It comes off a little too sweet. And then this periwinkle color, unfortunately, just like makes me look a little bit ill. So that was a good lesson learned. And then I made one in this like darker blue. This is kind of like, it's kind of like a chambray color, and I love this. It's actually like a bit worn out because it is my go-to tank top. I've kept it like in rotation all through the winter. So it does need like a bit of a depilling around the underarm here. So I should say that so these three plus the two, the Vera and the Iris tee, are all made in that bamboo cotton jersey that I love so much. So it does wash and wear really well, but I was wearing this like twice a week, washing it once a week. So it definitely like, it took its toll. I definitely need more of these in my closet. Yeah, I love the, I think the V at the front kind of gives it like a feminine touch, but then the overall shape is like kind of like muscle tanky. So it really hit me like right in that like gender euphoria. So I really love that. It again has the like curved yoke on the back. So I definitely need more Sylvie tanks in my wardrobe going forward. I really, really love the feel of the tank top, but I will not be repeating the flutter sleeve and cowl combo. This one is probably going to go find a new home, but I absolutely love this one as well as this purple one. If I were ranking the tops that I made last year, I think this would be number one. I love this tank top so much. It is the Pattern Scout Hana tank. It's one of my all-time favorite patterns. I think I have made one every summer since the pattern came out, and I will continue to do so because I just really love it. And this one I think is my best yet. I really, really love this color. So this is a enzyme washed linen in the color olive, and I did a blog post about it for Minerva, so I will link that below if you want to check it out. I did make a pair of matching Pietra pants, and sadly they do not fit me, so I tucked those into a box. Maybe if my size changes again. I don't want to get rid of them because I really loved the set together. But yeah, this is everything that I love as far as like, it's a happy color, but it's still like earthy. Yeah, because it kind of has some like yellow undertones. So it feels like bright and grounded. So I'm loving this color. I love the shape and the little like tie front. My favorite thing is probably the buttons though. They're like shell buttons. They're all a little bit different with like greeny, like purpley hues to them. So this is definitely a keeper. Like I said, like every time I would put it on last summer, I was just like instantly happier. So this is definitely a winner. I'm really excited to wear it throughout spring and summer this year, and also probably make a couple more Hanas to add to my collection. This top was one of my bigger disappointments, I think, last spring when I made it. I was so excited and really thought that I had like the perfect match, the perfect like pattern and fabric pairing with this like soft, floaty cotton Swiss dot. And then I used the Peppermint slash French Navy Paddington top. And yeah, it just like, it's not great for me. I don't really like the shape. And I think that that is something I was really bummed about, because when the pattern initially came out, it was shown on smaller models as more of like a straight down silhouette. And I think when they added in the full bust option, which I totally appreciate, I think everything kind of just like widened out, which is a like way to do a full bust adjustment that I have heard a lot of designers talk about, but it is not my favorite way of going about it. I don't like the extra volume. Yeah, I'm not really into that like A-line shape. To me, it reads as like 60s maternity wear, which is not wear, which can be really cute. I'm actually like not bashing on that. I think it can be really cute. It is not what I was expecting, and it's not really like within where I'm going style wise. So I do still really love the fabric. I really like the sleeves, but I'm hoping that I can maybe like do some refashioning, either just like straighten the sides somehow, or maybe I need to add darts to bring it in. It does look considerably better like tucked in, but like this is a lot to tuck and it does not want to stay tucked. So it definitely needs like a little adjusting. So I have some extra fabric and I'll see what I can do with it. So this is a blouse that I absolutely loved when I made it last year. I wore it all the time, especially paired with this, well, it was a denim Natalie skirt that doesn't fit me anymore, and I love that outfit together. It made this like gingham feel a bit more fresh, like a bit kind of 70s-esque, and I was really into it, but sadly the skirt doesn't fit me anymore. And the top, so this is the Chalk and Notch Wren blouse, and I made it according to my size last year, so this is an 18, whereas now I'm kind of between a 14 and a 16. I feel like it's an acceptable fit, but if I were gonna make more in the future, I would, well, I already have actually. I made one in February and I absolutely love it. So that one I sized down, and then I might even size down another size like in the shoulders because it's quite big here. So this one kind of has like an oversized vibe, which I think works, but I'm just not sure if I have anything in my wardrobe that is going to give this top like, if it's going to make this top work the way that I want it to, largely because of the print. I think I really like the texture. I really like gingham in general, but I think the pink is maybe like a bit too soft and a bit too sweet for me. So I'm gonna hang it up. I'm gonna see, like, have a think about where it maybe lands in my wardrobe, but I'm not quite sure on this one. So overall, I think I did better with separates last year than with dresses. Looking at a lot of these, I'm like, maybe they're not quite it, including this one, which I was really excited about when the pattern came out. This is the Jennifer Lauren Kinfolk dress. So with dresses, I'm kind of at an odd point with what I want from a pattern. So I want something that is like somewhat, that comes in at my waist, but I don't want it fitted. I'm really not interested in things that are like have darts or, yeah, like anything that is tight around the waist. I really don't like zippers. I don't like how they feel. So I'm looking for things that kind of are loose and maybe just kind of skim over the body, but that still have like some waist definition. So I thought this dress would be perfect. It has princess seams and a nice paneled skirt, but it's not at all tight, and all of the waist shaping comes from this tie belt here that is sewn in between the panels and the little like waistband here. So I really thought that that would do it for me, but there's something about the like A-line and the princess seams that are just like a little too prim. I think it's a little too clean for me. So the first thing I want to do to try to maybe make this dress a little bit wearable or more wearable for me is I want to take up the hem. So it's currently hitting like below my knee, which is not, I like a midi dress, but it has to be like a certain kind of midi dress, and this isn't it. So I'm gonna take up the hem, and then the other thing I want to do is like eliminate this tie belt. I feel like that's kind of maybe what's making it feel a little too something. I'm not quite sure what it is, and I'm not making a lot of sense here probably, but I do have an idea of what I want to do. So I think I will take this part out. So even that just kind of brings it into this more like smockier shape. And then I want to add some shearing to the waist. I'm hoping that will kind of bring it in a bit, and that by having the gathers, that will maybe kind of break up these like really clean lines of the skirt. So that is what I am hoping for this one. We'll see, we'll see how it goes, and maybe it's just one that needs to find a new home. So this is another one that I really thought would kind of hit that mark for me of like coming in nicely at the waist, kind of skimming my body, having some waist definition, but not being tight at all. And it just didn't really work. So I waited for ages. I was so excited for True Bias to release the Shelby dress in the extended size range. I even like had this fabric picked out long before it came out. I was super excited about doing this kind of like daisy 90s vibe, but the fit of this is just not for me. I made a lot of adjustments during, like while I was sewing it up. Yeah, with the princess seams, trying to get the high bust to sit well. I took in the shoulders a bunch, and I still just don't have the range of motion that I need. And it seems like, so I've tried a few other of True Bias patterns, and I'm not knocking them at all. I love their designs and I think they're really great. Their block is not for me, at least with where I am right now with fitting. It's, yeah, everything I've made has seemed to be a bit of a challenge, especially like in this area. So this one is so cute. It's so fun. I love my little blue buttons. I did a really cute like lace up back, instead of just like the where you attach the two rouleau loops. I did a whole like little lace up situation. So it's super cute. I really love it, but it's gonna find a new home. I might be being a bit dramatic when I say that this dress changed my life. This is the Seamwork Wallis dress that I made last summer, and surprise, it has shorts in it. So it's like a romper that you step into, but then it has this nice like quarter circle skirt over it. It's cotton jersey. It is so comfortable. Living in a biking country, like excellent to have a dress that has shorts built into it. Yeah, I wear bike shorts in the summer like all the time because my thighs rub together. So this is like such a great piece for my wardrobe, and I was so excited about it. I wore it like all the time, and the last time I wore it, I walked into a sliding glass door, and the handle grabbed me in the boob and ripped a big hole right there. So I was gutted. I was so upset because it's not really like a place that you want to just like put a patch. And yeah, like I'm not going to be able to just like sew it up. So what I'm going to do, I have just a little bit of fabric left over and I'll be able to make a waistband so that I can still wear this at least on the bottom with a little t-shirt. I think will be cute and it'll definitely be nice and comfy for the summer. So I will be able to like salvage this one. And then I want to stock up on some cotton jersey to make another one because I absolutely love Seamwork Wallis. It is such a fun, it was a really fun sew. I wore it all the time. Such a great wardrobe piece for me. So this dress is at the top of my refashioning pile. It did not turn out as I had hoped. This is the Seamwork Hansie. And it's the member bonus version. So the regular version is a top that has these grown-on sleeves. It's kind of a woven tee with a basic round neck. Very cute. And then the bonus version has a scoop neck and it's a dress with a really cute curved hem. And I thought that would be perfect for displaying this print. This print is like a bit sentimental for me. It's got like these bright orange California poppies. I was born in California and I really love them. It also has blackberries, which is like, yeah, if you are from the West Coast, like Oregon blackberries are the best. They're, yeah, very meaningful to me. It feels, this fabric kind of feels like a remedy for my homesickness, except that when I made it into this dress wants to like fall off of me. It is a wardrobe malfunction waiting to happen. This neckline is so large and I don't know why it's this big. Yeah, it does not look this big on the models. I don't know. I don't think my fabric stretched because I didn't just stay stitch it. I also added interfacing because I really didn't want this to happen, but it did. So I am blaming the pattern. Yeah, sorry, not sorry. Yeah, it really wants to fall off my body. It is not wearable for me if I bend over like full view. I do really like this shape. It is quite like, yeah, just like goes straight down, but with a belt, I feel really good about it. I added pockets, but as is, like, it is not wearable. So my idea for this one is to cut it here and then use, I have a little bit leftover fabric, but I'm hoping I can even just use like the part of the sleeve to make a strap. So then I would have like, yeah, kind of a square neck, like strappy tank dress. That's my hope for this one. Again, it's like very sad, very disappointed with like how it turned out. Could I have made a toile? Yes. Should I? Yes. But I thought like it's such a basic pattern, like there's really no like bells or whistles to it. Should be super straightforward, but yeah, I got this situation. So I do want to revisit the pattern maybe with the higher neckline and yeah, just have another go around with it. If you've been with me for a while, I talk about the Seamwork Meg dress all the time. I think it is at this point like my favorite pattern. So that is what this dress and this one are. Now, this one I didn't get to wear as much last year because I made it, I think, like early September. And because I did these like little puff sleeves, it's not great for layering. So I'm very excited to get some more wear out of this one. It is in a lyocell twill that I was given by Minerva. So I do have a little blog post that I can link if you want more details about sewing up this dress. So this one was really fun. This one was my first iteration, and from this one I learned that I needed to size the pattern down, and it was pretty wearable last year even though it was a bit big, but now it is like very, very blousey in the bodice. So I do want to go in and probably take some height out of the shoulder, bring in the sides a little bit, but I really love this ochre with the floral. I think it fits the pattern, yeah, like the silhouette of the Meg really, really well. And I want to get this one back in rotation, and I'm very excited to wear this one. All right, so last one. This is another case of I love the fabric, I love the pattern. Do they work together? Not really. So big lesson learned. I don't really need a super heavy fabric for a maxi length dress and bare shoulders. Like there's not really a point, like a weather situation where I want full body coverage in a really heavy fabric that leaves my shoulders bare. Like that, those things I do not really compute. This is a Helen's Closet Reynolds dress. It was on my Make 9 last year. I love this pattern. I made some adjustments to it to really like tweak the fit, and I'm really happy with it. And then I love the fabric too. It is a heavy stone washed linen. It has gorgeous texture. It feels amazing on the skin. I absolutely love it for something else. It was not really great for a tank top maxi dress. So lesson learned, really think about like the silhouette and the wearability when determining fabric choice. So I do want to refashion this. I want to see if I can at least get something wearable out of it. One option would be to do the like knee length version. So I could chop it like right above the split and have like, yeah, kind of like a little mini dress. But it might even still be too heavy for that. I still don't know if I would reach for this texture of fabric for a summery dress. So I might even take it to the like crop top length and see if that is like, that might be the more wearable option. But either way, I'm gonna experiment a little bit and see if I can salvage this Reynolds tank slash dress. So that was just about everything that I made last spring and summer. Thanks so much for coming along with me and listening to my thoughts about, yeah, how things fit, what worked, what didn't work. I'm really excited to kind of put these things together. Like I said, I'm in the Design Your Wardrobe course, and so far we've just been working with like inspiration, and that has been super fun. I feel like looking back at these pieces has definitely informed like where I'm going to go, at least with my color palette, seeing how some of those colors and prints like didn't really work for me. But what I'm really excited about moving into the course more on like shapes and silhouettes and how do I want to like wear those colors and prints that I have kind of loosely gathered at this point. Yeah, so I'm excited for that next phase, which I'm hoping that this video, as I kind of like go back and edit it, yeah, will kind of help me see where I'm wanting to go a little bit this year. So yeah, I will be doing a little video on, yeah, what that process has been so far, and I'm really excited to share my mood board because I am really proud of it. I really love doing mood boards, I found out. Yeah, and really excited to choose some fabrics and some patterns based on that. So that'll probably be in my next couple videos, so stick around. I'd love to know from you guys if wardrobe evaluations are something that you do like this. Do you have like a big seasonal switch where you bring in, yeah, winter stuff out, spring stuff in? Yeah, how do you guys manage that? I would love to know. As always, like I love to know what you're making, what you're up to. So you can hit me up in the comments below or go find me on Instagram, and then you can like show me all your stuff because I love to see it. But yeah, that's all from me today, and I will see you next time. Bye!